All right, guys, it's time to have a hard but important conversation. AI is starting to squash some college acceleration strategies and methods. Universities have seen students come in and use AI to graduate faster, and universities are making moves. Purdue University Global has recently made a move. Western Governors University is making moves. University of Maine at Presque Isle is making moves. And we're going to talk about what needs to change if you want to graduate fast, because universities are squashing AI use for college acceleration. So let's dive into the changes that are being made and make sure that we're protecting ourselves and not getting squashed as universities are squashing AI users. We're going to start with Purdue University Global because they literally just dropped this notice to their students. And if you don't know anything about Purdue Global and college acceleration, they have what are called their Excel Track programs, and students literally 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months are earning college degrees, and they're flying. And here is what Purdue Global has said. They're making a big change effective January 7th, 2026. Our intention is to continue to support you in accelerating the completion of your degree as your schedule permits, but how you change that is going to be slightly different. The new Excel Track policy will allow students to register for up to 18 modules at the beginning of the term. Once you've successfully completed those modules, you may register for up to an additional 18 more modules. And it looks like you can submit an appeal to add a few more modules if you finish those. Essentially, what they're doing here is they're capping how fast you can graduate or how many credits you can earn in a single semester. Now, to put this in perspective, their semesters are 10 weeks long, and their bachelor's degrees are 180 modules. So if you do some quick math here, essentially, you're going to be required to attend 5 full 10-week semesters, which is 50 weeks. That's right about 1 year, 2 weeks short of a year. So it's going to take you a year to graduate. Basically, they're cutting off 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-month college degrees. It's going to take at least 12 months. And if we want to know why, they actually tell us why, and this kind of gives us some clues. In addition to the operational impacts of current registration practices, because students are adding too many credits, not finishing, and it's kind of a logistical nightmare for the school, there are questions about academic integrity and the value of a Purdue Global degree. So they're making this shift because students are moving too fast, and it's damaging the credibility and the reputation of the degree itself. And I am absolutely 100% on board with schools maintaining academic integrity. That is seriously important. You don't want to go to a school, get a degree quickly, and then a zillion other students come through and abuse the system, and all of a sudden your degree means way less than it did because of other students and how they're earning those degrees. Having said that, this is not the change that I would have made, because a credit cap does not change how students actually go through the course. It's just kind of on paper making it slower, if that makes sense. Now, if you're wondering what this has to do with AI, it does have to do with AI, I promise you. And we're going to dive deeper into why and how students are cheating with AI. Now, over the last couple months, Western Governors University has been making changes to their student code of conduct, and they've been going all in on making sure students are using AI safely and not to cheat, because again, they want to protect academic integrity. Now, if we go through here, there's a whole big list of their AI policies and stuff like that. This is new stuff. They're just dropping this stuff, and they're just cracking down on AI. And what they're also doing is they are getting smarter and getting better with their AI detectors. So when you submit an essay, it gets checked for plagiarism, and it also gets checked for AI. And guess what? If you're cheating, a number of things can happen. And if we go deeper into their student code of conduct, these are some things that can happen. So you can get warnings, you can get expelled, as you can see here. They can revoke transcript grades or assessment results. So if they found out you cheated for a certain class, and yes, they are saying they can come back later. If you've already finished your degree, they can come back later and enforce these punishments later. So you can have your degree for a long period of time, and they can come back and revoke that. So they can revoke classes, like a certain class. They can say, actually, you cheated on this. You are going to lose credit to this class. And then that kind of takes the degree away. You have to go retake the class. They can revoke admission to the school or the entire degree. You can have your full degree revoked after it's been granted if you cheat with AI and then they prove it later. And they can withhold a degree that has not come and arrived to you yet. Now, if you just go to Reddit and just search like the name of your school and AI, you're going to see students talking about like, oh my gosh, my school sent me this notice and I'm scared about using AI because they're revoking degrees and all this stuff. I'm going to get deeper into this. Let's go into another change that another school has made. Now, you may or may not remember this. I announced this change a couple of months ago, but University of Maine at Presque Isle has basically stopped accepting as many study.com and sophia.org courses. And yes, AI is one of the reasons that they are doing this. As you can see here, they said they recently updated how they accept credits from Sophia and study.com. They will continue to accept them, but not as many is what they're saying. And essentially what they've done is you can still get lower level credits through those tools, but not upper level credits. So what students were doing is they were earning like 3 years of a degree through sophia.org or study.com or both, transferring them in, doing 1 year at the school. And yes, money is part of this as well, but AI is affecting this, I promise. Let me show you how. Now, these tools, sophia.org, or study.com, or a lot of these college level programs, the way that they are structured so that you basically go through like a step-by-step online class. You are watching videos, answering questions along the way, and it's just kind of a progressive learning format where you just move from one phase to the next, one phase to the next. What students are doing is they are taking out their phones or they're opening up new tabs on their computers and they're going through these questions that have to be answered to pass a class, and they're simply asking AI, hey, ChatGPT or whatever AI you're using, what is the answer to this question? And what's happening is students are flying through college degrees just cheating with AI. It's becoming a huge problem. So what's happening is these university reputations become lower because students are doing this. And what these universities are doing is they're enforcing new strict rules or guidelines to protect themselves from that. Now, I know a lot of people are going to freak out and be like, oh, this is all about money. And it kind of is all about money. Yes, but they do need to protect themselves from just a sabotaged reputation because waves of students are coming through and cheating their way through these degrees. So I am for some of these changes, like Western Governors University is getting smarter and they're enforcing new ways to catch the cheaters. Purdue University Global is just enforcing a credit cap per term. I don't love the credit cap per term because it doesn't help with the cheating at all. WGU is completely different. They're approaching things different. So there's different schools are doing things different ways, right? Now, I want to talk to you about how to protect yourself from getting squashed by schools that are making these changes. Now, number one, and this is not going to be a popular thing that I'm saying, but I promise you it's not as big of a deal as it sounds. I am a big advocate because of these problems for proctored exams. And I get people all the time like, Ryan, just tell me all the schools that don't proctor anything. Can you please tell me which schools should I go to? I get this all the time. The challenge with that is even if you're going through these programs with integrity, if 90% of the other students are not, it damages the reputation of the school and you go get a degree that barely gets you a pay raise or doesn't give you that boost you need in your career. When if you do use integrity and you do attend a school or use tools that are safer and protect from these things, you walk away with a higher quality degree, and that degree is protected over time. Now, let me give you a couple of examples of schools and tools that are doing a good job. We talked about this already, but Western Governors University. I've helped students get bachelor's degrees from this school in like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. You can go really, really fast, but you can do it the right way at the same time. And the cool thing is they proctor their exams. So if you've learned the material, your exams are proctored and you have proof that you're not cheating. And since they do this with all of their students, it protects the reputation of the school. And I know proctored exams are scarier, but it protects the school from, hey, students can't cheat on our exams, so the school has a better reputation. End of story, right? So proctored exams, WGU does that. There are lots of schools that do this. This is just an example. Another good example, yes, study.com and sophia.org are popular and they're fast and they're easy to use. CLEP exams have been around forever, and way more schools accept CLEP exams than Sophia or study.com courses. Well, CLEP exams, you can study for an entire CLEP exam in a couple of days, sometimes even faster, test out of a class, get credit for the class, and guess what? Their exams are proctored, so you can't cheat. You have proof that you can't cheat, and the entire tool as a whole is protected from losing that reputation or gaining that reputation of like, it's not a real college credit or it's not a real college degree, because they have that added aspect of proctored exams. Take a step back and look at the school you're going to attend and look at what they're doing to protect from cheating. And that makes a big difference in the long-term reputation of the school itself. Now, let's talk about using AI, because AI is not bad. AI is good, and it saves us a ton of time. And yes, you can use it ethically, and you can use it ethically without getting in trouble with schools. Now, let's go back to Western Governors University really quickly. They basically are dropping articles about how they encourage students to use AI, but use it the right way. So a lot of schools are totally on board with AI. Schools without systems in place to protect from it are having a harder time, and they're just trying to squash it all together. But schools do allow you to use AI, and you can use it ethically. Now, I want to give you a quick example of ethically using AI. If you go to ChatGPT, I love ChatGPT, I love Perplexity, I love Grok, I love Claude. There are a lot of AI tools that I love to use. ChatGPT has a pretty unique application within. It's called a GPT. If you go to ChatGPT and you can go to explore GPTs here, and you can search GPTs and then just type in tutor me. Okay. I've recently used it, so it's dropping down below. So I'm just going to click here, and then you just click the button to start. And look at this. This is a tool or a GPT that was created by Khan Academy. Okay. If you don't know who Khan Academy is, they teach things like math, science, English. They're most famous for math, but they teach students how to do college level math. Well, if you go down and use this GPT or this tool, you can just type in a prompt like teach me quadratic equations, a big scary math term, and submit. And what this AI bot has been trained to do is to converse with you back and forth to teach you this concept. It's really cool. You can type in any concept, and it essentially says, hey, first, tell me what you already know. And like literally, I can say, I know nothing, right? And you just be dead honest all the way through. So it's figuring out where you're at, and then it's having a conversation with you and bringing you forward. So it's saying, let's break it down. And it gives you an equation and it asks you a couple of questions, and then you give an answer. And literally, you can spend 10 minutes going back and forth, and boom, I learned how to solve quadratic equations in just a couple of minutes. There are tons of other tools. What a lot of people are doing is they're going to these tools and they're saying, hey, Claude, or hey, ChatGPT, write me a 5,000 word essay or whatever the requirement is about this topic, and this is what the school is looking for. And then AI is writing the essays, they're submitting them, and they're earning college credit quickly. So colleges and universities are putting AI detection systems in place, and they're flagging that type of AI use. But you can still use AI to help you with your essays ethically. You can write the essay yourself, but you can generate ideas through AI. You can help AI or have AI help you write your outline. You can have your work checked with AI. You can have AI help you find references or sources for your essays. There are tons of ways you can use a tool as a benefit without cheating. There are ethical, good, solid ways to use this. Moral of the story, number one, don't cheat with AI, because schools are getting smarter and they can come back later, like a few years down the road, and say, "Oh, sorry, you cheated, and we found out you cheated because our tech got better, so we're going to revoke your degree," or whatever they do. They can do that, and they are releasing statements to students saying that they will do that, and that's a scary thing. You can earn college degrees in months by genuinely learning what you need to learn to test out of classes. And I know it sounds crazy, but learning is easy with modern tools. We don't have to do homework and quizzes and go through study guides and lesson plans and listen to lectures and all the old school techniques to learn something. Like you just saw me go back and forth with ChatGPT for a second. You can use modern tools, learn faster, test out of classes, and you can do it ethically at schools and using tools with good, solid reputations that are protecting from this total downfall of cheating students. And I know it's unfortunate, guys. Most people cheating affects people doing it ethically and honestly, and it's really sad, but it is happening and it's happening like crazy. And now we're seeing schools make changes. We're seeing tools like Sophia and study.com lower reputation, and less schools are accepting credits, and they're accepting less credits than they were before. And that is sad, but you can do it ethically. Now, if you want to learn how to earn a college degree in months instead of years without cheating, doing it honestly and ethically, I'm going to leave a video right here. And I'm also going to leave some links to some resources down below if you want my help doing it. Have a wonderful day. Hope this video has helped, and I'll talk to you in the next video.